We're going to try cleaning up our 1969 engine wiring harness, which has some pretty nasty looking contacts. The wire's really so bad that it's all cracking and it's not in very good shape, but we'll see what we can do with it. Real lemon. Take some of our Dawn. Throw some of that in there. How do I do this with one hand? 1 second. Pour some of that in there. Mix that up. Throw our wires in. Let me wrap these up so that it'll go in better. This is why I don't film a lot. I can't do stuff with one hand. Fill that up and let it sit for maybe an hour or so. Come back. See how it is. See if we get some of that dirt and the tarnishing off the contacts. Okay, back in a few. Alrighty, I grabbed me a tripod so we can see how our wires are doing here. They're already starting to look cleaner. I'm going to pull the foam. The new foam piece is not that expensive. Even though these wires really shouldn't even be reused, they're so bad. I don't know if you can see in there, but those actually are starting to get pretty clean. Take our toothbrush. Scrub our contacts. All right, let's try redoing this. So, after cleaning our connector, come on, not sure if it'll focus, but our connectors are pretty clean. Okay, explaining the alternator bypass. This is the alternator wire coming into the connector, and you take up just a pair of pliers and get to the base of it, push in the connector. And I actually already pre-loosened these, so but pulling this out. So this is your alternator wire, and we want this to go to our neutral safety starter switch relay stud or battery. And I went and I bought some 56 terminal connectors. so I can make this a pretty easy connection. I just putting the new terminal in here, and of course, where's my other one? Okay. There we go. Now, get ourselves a female 1416 connector. I just got this kit, so I don't know how good these connectors are. Amazon special. Our 16 gauge fusible link. Snip the end off of that. See.
You're okay if I come in and just get some ointment and put it right here?
Check our length here. Our Packard connector. I could use my MSD ones, but I don't want to change out the jaws.
I might steal some of the mashed potatoes.
I don't
They
know.
were really good. Hey, what you doing?
I am making a connector.
You filming it?
Huh?
Making a YouTube video?
Sure. I don't know about Me Too video, but oh, sorry. I can't see my glasses on. There we go. Visible link, which these cheap connectors don't seem to really be that great. Doesn't really want to lock in there, does it? Let's see. There we go. Is that locked in there? That's all locked in there. There we go. Okay. The problem with this is all the load is on the battery, is on the alternator side of the ammeter. this over here?
It seemed to have fallen over.
No, I got it. So here's our battery fusible link comes in, and our alternator is this wire right here. And those come to our ammeter gauge. Wires right here, battery and our alternator, but this also feeds all of our power to the fuse block and the ignition switch. So because we took this wire off and we only have power here, it's always gonna, alternator's always gonna show a discharge. So we're gonna move our fusible link to the alternator cavity. Here's our fusible link. And we could move this over to the alternator cavity, bypassing the ammeter gauge, but then we have all of our current just going through the one connector. So what I was gonna do is share both of the battery and alternator terminals with a new fusible link so that the currents spread out between the two contacts. We're not going to use this. We're going to use this. Yeah. I don't know if I like those connectors. Let's get these. Since we're gonna put both ends of that one connector into a single connection point, we're gonna use a 10-12 gauge terminal for this. No? Okay. So the wires in there good. Nice connection there. Have to get out our bigger crimpers for the insulation crimp. There we go. Okay. Now, this one we're just going to put a regular 16 connector on there. 14, 16 cracker connector. I don't feel like pulling the other ones off the daisy chain. Ooh, that's a horrible crimp. Look at that. We are going to get rid of that. So that way. Okay, let's see. There we go. That's a good crimp. Now we do the other side here. There we go. Now we're going to put this in on our ammeter side just in case this wire comes loose. It'll still not show a discharge. Where is my screwdriver? And because I doubled these up, it's going to be hard to get that in the connector. In fact, before I put it in there, come on. Technical difficulty. Oh, it really wanted to lock in there. one's being a pain in the ass, but we'll do this one real quick. That should go right in. And that one clicked in. Ooh, man, using that 10 gauge one does not want to fit this cavity. Maybe I should have used a smaller one. You can see it going in, but man, it's fighting me. There we go. This little thing's not going to line up. Okay. Alrighty, okay, now we got our jumper, our new wire in there, and these two will go to our stud, and now the harness part is ammeter kind of doing nothing, and the alternator is going to the battery, and all the current to the dash has to go through one fusible link. So everything's protected, but we might burn this fusible link if we're pulling too much current. And that's the next part, is taking the high current loads off the dash wiring harness and putting like the headlights and maybe the ignition onto relays, so that we can take all that load off of the dash harness. Okay, that's just what I have for now. It's